Call me Wisconsin Fats because we got billiards. That's right. For the first time since, Persona 5? That was kind of a big part of one storyline. We returned to everybody's favorite bar game when... Wait, hold on. Oh, this is one of those liminal games that all the kids like these days. All right, fine. Back in the day, it used to be all about subliminal stuff. Like you'd play one of them rock music records backwards, and they tell you to worship Satan. But now, it's just... There's no subtext. It's just text. I'm going to turn a corner, and it's going to be like... I guess I got to click this. I'm going to turn a corner, and it's just going to be like, hey, worship Satan. Also, that explains why it smells so strongly of chlorine in here, right? Anyway, still not quite getting into... Did it just fall down a manhole? Is that... Just big, really? That's not a very helpful ladder, I gotta say. But whatever. There is like a slight bit of time between or momentum or something with how the character moves, but I suppose whatever. Also feel very tall. Just, I don't know. Observation on that. Well, no pools in here yet. This is definitely what I would consider like a pool chair, though. So that's interesting. Is it really all that interesting that you find? Oh no! Oh! You just walk into it and you can sit down in the chair. So, I mean, it's kind of pleasant, but I've only been walking around for just a couple seconds. I feel like I can go a little bit farther before deciding that I need to take a break here, right? Now this I guess is what it was advertised. Actually, this is like pathetic. Barely even goes up to like ankles or something like that. So I don't know. What do you got? Probably a good advice for any place in this entire area. Honestly, pretty comfortable, all things considered. I mean, yeah, sure. I fell down some sort of mysterious... So how does swimming work in this game? Just like constantly looking around. Oh, here, let's crouch. Oh, there's no crouching in this game. I mean, they do have run, but... Or at least they move somewhat faster than your just regular walking speed. So there is that. But, not much of anything else, though, it seems. There's some murky pools. But I mean, I suppose that's, Oh, hey, look, we do have actual, dripping water sort of stuff here. I guess I would... of the few things that I would expect out of this game, I suppose that would be one of them. Here we go. A map of the location, some sort of ancient glyph representing nothing. I don't know. There's no, you are here, so I suppose that doesn't really matter too much. Although I'm not really playing a sports game in the way that I thought I was going to, I am at least trying something a little bit different. I don't think I've done any sort of walking simulators on the channel. Closest thing would probably be something like The Witness, right? And that definitely is not just walking around. It has that same sort of minimal stylistic sort of stuff as pools do right here. Short of. I don't know. I mean, I just know that it's... Just right into the ground. I don't think I've ever seen that with a handrail before. Usually, it just stops. Or goes straight down to the ground, like this one. Not kind of at an angle. So is there anything... Yeah, so you might be asking yourself, is there anything to do in this game? Aside from walk around the pools? I don't know. Are there pool ghouls? Maybe. Doesn't seem impossible. And I think I'm just right back to where I started. Well, here, let's take a look. Yep, I certainly am. No maps. No HUDs. No nothing except for the tiles and water. Can I go down? Oh, okay, so you can actually go down the ladders. If I were to try to, I don't know. If I were to try to, I don't know, escape through the same way that I came in or something like that, but I guess that's not really relevant as of right now. It's not, yeah, at least it's not really something that that's going to result in anything useful happening, right? Okay, so went around in a circle. There was a place that I could go right. I mean, I suppose, you know, I was thinking that it's like, hey, this is one of them big ol' impossible type of areas, mostly because nobody's going to build like a gigantic pool complex like this. But also at the same time, it does seem like it still applies some real world sort of, what is that? Some sort of real world, that seems pretty dangerous. How are you supposed to get out of there? Logic as to how things work here. Oh, I suppose I can just go sit down and we can get like a good look here. Nah, it means nothing to me. It's also, you know, considering how very, you know, that's the whole thing. It's like any sort of, I suppose, atmospheric type of game that you would consider this sort of thing to be. You would think usually, like, it tends to be spooky, and spooky usually tends to be either, like, you know, very, like, blood-colored, disgusting, dirty all over the place. This is actually a very clean place. Okay, I think this is just a fake window. But anyway, I suppose it doesn't really matter now, does it? I didn't really expect to just be able to walk out here anyway. We are in some sort of gigantic underground pool complex, right? So is this the slide that I saw earlier? No, I am able to continue going. I think I'm actually just gonna, okay. I was just gonna say, it's like, I guess I'm just gonna keep going backwards until it seems like I'm not going backwards anymore, but you know, that's what happened. Once again, I do not know if there are any actual pool ghouls in this game. Like, as far as I'm concerned, this is literally just walk around in the big old pool landscape, as it were, and that's, you know, pretty much the entire thing. Oh, no, it's just me dripping water everywhere. Drip it in very weird amounts. It's like, usually you'd think of it as like falling off at a pretty consistent rate from your body. It's like, nope, just kind of like schlorps off. Maybe this is less like, I see. Maybe this is less, or is it? No, because there was a vent there last time, and also there were two places to go. So this is a different location. I don't know, the pool maze is, at least as of right now, kind of confusing. I evidently did go through here at some point. Hey, wait a second. I think they're trying to trick me with things. With something, at least. Okay, yeah, and now it's changed back to what it was before. Ah, well, I guess, you know, I suppose they got me. I'll give it that. Oh, pools got me again. I just didn't know that was... again, it's like I didn't know that was a thing here either. Like, I'm just, like, going around here, you know. Am I trying to escape? Am I trying to find out the secret of the pool? Maybe I am. Maybe I'm hunting down some ghouls. One of the things I did turn off immediately was the VHS film grain type of stuff. Ah, jeez. Ah, they took my ladder. I can't believe that. So I suppose I am supposed to be recording this with a VHS camera. But that causes so much visual noise. It's like I don't even know how well this is going to be. I don't even really know how well this might be running at some point in time. The graphics seem at least nice, which is to say that it probably doesn't run very well on the computer. We are currently looking at a computer is about to burst into flames sort of moment here. This doesn't really have anything to do with pools. This is just, you know, like tiles. Tiled walls. And as it turns out, my choice was all for naught. Well, I mean, I kind of saw that coming, but, you know, that entire thing, right? What is this even supposed to be? I can't duck. I'm far too... I will not, you know, be so undignified to walk on my knees or something like that. That's ridiculous. Just random vents around here. Well, anyway. This is at least closer to what I would consider a pool to be, certainly. Let's go this way. I like the way this looks. Okay. You know what? Maybe I'll go down there. I mean, I guess that makes sense, right? It's pool. You know, still have not yet seen any pool balls, right? Billiard balls of any variety. And I feel like that is a real missed opportunity. It's such an obvious sort of, you know, the wordplay here. Although, why do I even care about wordplay? I think wordplay is kind of, neat. Doesn't make any sense, but it's neat. I think wordplay is kind of a lazy way to do things, right? You know, anybody can make words out of words that sound like other words, right? And that entire thing. It's just, certainly you can be more original than that most of the time, right? It's kind of a hazard. But I mean, so is this completely unattended underground pool area. What do you call this? Water park, I guess? Huh? Wee. This is... can't see anything. Yeah. There we go. Oh, it's a big... I guess that would explain why I couldn't really see much of anything, right? Anyway, continuing on here. Which one do I choose? The right one. And can I see a reflection of myself in here? It looks like the answer is sort of, but not. I mean, I can see a reflection of stuff, but I can't really see a reflection of my character, who may or may not just be a gigantic floating camera. It seems likely. I don't know how hard it is to install tiling, but I assume that it's probably that for a building like this where everything is tiles, that's got to be, you know, somewhat difficult. I mean, certainly there's like a better way to do that, right? As it is, taking a look around. Yep. This is what I call a real maze-like pool. Plenty of water in here. Provided that all of this is chlorinated, which I don't know. You think that they would have enough? Do you think that the evil alternate dimension that I found myself in would actually... Yeah, you can move this around. Care about, like, hygiene, sanitation. Oh, hey, there is an exit over here, apparently. Fortunately, the duck is getting kind of in the way. Oh no, my entertainment has turned against me. Oh, and there's also no other way to go around here. I kind of thought that there might have been... Duck, you gotta move. Duck, I don't... Like, I didn't really realize that my progress was going to be stalled by inflatable pool toys here. But actually, you know, I don't know why I didn't assume that. That feels like the most obvious thing to happen in this game. Right? Anyway. Those hands? Those my hands? So can I, like, go in there or not? How would I be able to go in there? It's underwater. I would probably die doing that. Stupid hands. What do you think, Duck? Whatever. You know, the old, manhole in the middle of a pool, right? That entire thing. Take a look at these hands. No need to mention it. These are the hands of a pool man. Ooh. Interesting. I should get down there. It's like, are those supposed to be just like bottomless pits or something like that? And of course, these lights are getting way too large. And especially for like a solid ceiling like that, the installation just alone has got to be a total nightmare to do. Especially knowing that you'll also need to have all of the tiling around it as well. Well, I mean, that feels obvious, right? There's also other places to go, of course, but, you know. Oh. It's never gonna work like that now, is it? These, like, not, you know, just an observation right now. Not nearly enough towels. Can I pick these up? No. Like, I feel like I would expect a lot of towels to be around here. I don't know. It just, you know, I showed up at this place. I was in my swimming trunks. Had the thing of the little dab of sunscreen on my nose. Even though this is clearly indoors and I wouldn't really need to do that sort of thing. And it's like I feel like they don't really expect that. Like I'm supposed to just be here naked or something like that. Poggers. I don't think this game is the sort that would allow me to fall off stuff. I mean, except for this, which, to be honest, yeah, I'm never gonna get out of here now. Cool. Also, you know, water, it's like, regardless of what video games teach you, it's not like it's a soft landing or something like that if you're going from a very high area. Or it's not a landing at all because there's no water here. Unless I'm underwater now? Well, I'm seeing like the, you know, when you see like light reflecting off of a pool, that sort of thing. Another one of those things that pretty iconic part of pools, right? I mean, this ain't one of those other liminal space games. It's like, hey, those kids all like, you know, they're all like, oh, we love waiting rooms and stairwells and gas stations and whatever. It's like, no, this one's only pools, which is just, is a pool a liminal space? And I suppose you think about it, yeah, because usually I largely associate pools with hotels. Like, many a hotel has a pool, after all. Neat. And, you know, stuff like that. And also, you know, I don't really go to the pool very often, I suppose. It makes sense. I can see it being a liminal type of area. Certainly, it's a very striking type of place to be in when it is, well, any place that just has, you know, something really simple like this, just tiled over and over like that. Literal tiles. Yeah, it is an interesting sort of style. Talked about that way back in the day, at least as far as this channel goes. With like the Platinum Shrine, the final area of Brain Lord, where I really like that idea of just kind of, I can't really see anything, so again, I'm just gonna see how far I can actually get back here moving backwards. Unless they give me some sort of pool light here. But yeah, it's like Platinum Shrine. It had a very unique sort of style as far as, is there anything else in here? Nope. Oh, I can actually kind of see in here. But yeah, there's the wall. Okay, well, there you go. Platinum Shrine, which, yeah, it's like everything was, well, it was a grayish color because it was a Super Nintendo game. But, you know, it was still a neat style. Everything kind of had that consistent sort of... It didn't feel like a generic area or something like that, because everything just had a very consistent style to it. And this is certainly a similar sort of thing. In fact, I'm kind of surprised they aren't doing more of the like mosaic stuff on the ground here. You would think that they would be doing various like little art things like that, or even just, you know, regular geometric shapes or abstract type of stuff. I feel like that's an obvious way to do that if you're going with a largely... Okay, so we got circles and we got triangles. And we got the middle one. I don't know, go down the middle one. Yeah, it's if you have like a very specific style, like being able to play around with it in that way, I think would be... I fell... I mean, we've already established that the main character here, whoever, I mean, I guess it's me. It's me, Wisconsin Fats. But, you know, immune to fall damage, right? Now, that looks like a pretty sweet slide. I also like the gigantic dome that it goes into as well. You can also see all of the reflection and stuff like that going on here too, which is, oh, you know, actually I will go down here. No, this is just the end thing. Yeah, it took so long for video games to do reflections, and also for characters to be able to sleep under covers. So very long. The two things that video games can't do. They lie in a bed, they just, you know, if you're going to sleep in a bed, you just lie directly in a bed. I think a good example of that was Hitman 3 that I played recently. Well, Hitman 1 of the new series or whatever, where Hitman, where it just starts one of the missions with Hitman looking as stern as ever, lying in a bed, fully dressed in a kimono and everything like that. Something's loading. Fully dressed in a kimono, and it's just like, I don't think I can get in here. Well, whatever. He looks very silly. He looks very silly with his extremely serious expression. I mean, well, Hitman's a very silly game. That's to say, if there's one thing that I realized playing through all three of the Hitman games, of the new ones at least, it's that Hitman is a very silly series. That I really appreciate its sort of restraint in playing it as straight as it did. It ended up doing, after all. I'm just like looking at OBS right now. You know, I never actually looked at this. What would it mean to restart stuff? I don't know. The walking sounds are kind of loud, so... besides, you know, this is a very atmospheric type of game, right? Only ruined by the fact that I'm talking over it basically constantly. I'm just going to keep doing this anytime I see, like, you know, darkness nonsense, because how else am I going to know if I'm just, like, walking into the wall or not? Yeah, it's like it doesn't... Whoa. What is this now? Well, okay. I don't know what that was. Well, anyway, I mean, I guess I didn't walk down those stairs. Or something. But whatever, it doesn't matter. I guess that's the failure state or something in these games. Which does introduce the idea that there may indeed be pool ghouls around. You in here? Over here? I mean, over here seems like the more obvious places if there's going to be anything. With the extremely bright but also ineffective lights. You know how that goes, right? Where, light, just because there's lights... Hey, a statue. Just because there's lights, that doesn't mean that they're actually effective in any way, right? I don't get it. Well, you chalk that up to the witness again, right? Anything else going on in here? This is the area that I went down first, wasn't it? I actually don't know. These pools are both large and in charge. It's hard to say where I've been at all. Especially again with the very ineffective lights. It's very random. It's like, you know, the joke lights. They're joke lights. When you turn them on, they turn on, but then they don't actually project any light anywhere. Which I'm sure exists, right? Certainly somebody's figured out a way to stop light from being able to envelop an entire area, like water or whatever. Hey, are these lockers? Oh, finally. Again, another thing that I felt like I was kind of missing here was actually like the back room. Not that sort of back room. Oh, hey, it's not the style of thing I'm talking about. Yeah, but you know, the showers and everything. Haven't seen those as of just yet. And of course, he's a pretty big. Oh, hey, here we go. Finally. Yeah, somebody put the joke light over there. But yeah, I can like slot myself in here, but I can't actually walk any farther than that. I can just kind of like cram my body in there and then just, you know, I don't know, enjoy the atmosphere or something. That's just, I don't know, something about it is just interesting where you can actually see how the redness of it is reflected against the wall. You don't see that a lot. Like, it took many years before that just became a thing that you can do in a video game. And I don't know, I'm still a little impressed by it, even though I know it's not anything special, right? You're gonna set up a swing over there, eh? I mean, I guess. I don't know what else you would consider that. Well. Oh. Oh, it's one of those funny fake floors. You know the kind. I mean, it's this one right here. Did something not load? Or is that just is it just very reflective? Well, whatever. I'm not going to worry too much about it, really. Look, we'll let the people who are doing custodial work or whatever in the pools deal with that. I'm going into the underground, very, you know, tight spaces, pools sewer? Like, I don't know. I don't think there's a sewer in this place, to be honest. Falling down there probably would kill me, right? I mean, or well, send me on a funny rewind event. If it's even possible, again, because it might not be. This is that sort of game where I don't know if that's supposed to be a thing, a feature here. Just drop me down. Whee. Now my knees. They done exploded. Well, we've got the big dome. You know the kind. The kind where there's a big dome in the middle of the room. You see that in all the pools, the big pools. What is that supposed to be? What? I don't know. How is the game trying to load in a ghost, I suppose? But, you know, it can't because there's no ghost in this game. Why would there be a ghost in this game? That wouldn't really make any sense at all. Okay, I'm just thinking right now, what is a pool monster? Like, let's have a quick sit in, and, you know, also be up to my neck in water. What would a pool monster be? Now, my memory of the television show Are You Afraid of the Dark, there was an episode where there was a pool monster. I don't remember what it was. I remember that happened, though. Oh. Honestly, I'd like to have more music. If they wanted to just have occasional ambient tracks playing like that, I would be way into it. I don't think that's going to happen too much, though. Yeah. This is funny enough. Another thing that would you consider this to be a horror game? I don't know. I'm still trying to even figure out what like a pool-based monster would be in the first place. If only I could remember my knowledge of 90s horror shows for kids better. Yeah, that's what happens when you turn light mode on. It's basically that, exactly that. Okay, whatever. But yeah, I was talking about that with Poppy's Playtime. I was just thinking that can need more music in horror games. Just in general. Horror games used to have music, and it was like actually really good music, and it's just we don't get it anymore. Just the occasional little the Silent Hill style the ambient like track that you can throw on. It's good. It helps set up. It doesn't make it more spooky because there's no sound. I mean, especially because again I'm talking nonstop over this, but that's what you came here for, right? I assume. Like I don't know why people come here. We do like I do like having these fun little. These are some very clean slides, though. Woo! No, you're really just shot out of there. It's like a perfect ring on the ground. I like this. I like this one. This is one that I will probably go on a few times, and considering that nobody else is here, I would be able to. Who's gonna stop me? Who's gonna stop me? That guy with the hands that I saw earlier? Is that a pool monster? I don't consider hands. I guess, you think it's... Okay, so... No, this is the area that I was in before. Okay, so I'm just, like, thinking about it right now. All right. Or, did I go in this area before? I actually don't think I did. I think that this is a new place, right? Well, whatever. Anyway. We've already seen the impossible... They do the impossible space stuff here, right? It sort of exists as a singular area, but also sort of doesn't. Also, I guess that's the other place you're supposed to be able to get out of here then. Okay, but yeah, pool monster. Oh, also, new type of thing. It's this. You can really see the blurring on the edges of the screen and the chromatic aberration and everything when I get up very close to stuff like that. But yeah, what was I saying? Pool monster. Okay, so first thing you think, hey, it's... Can I jump? Just a random thought that I had there for a second. Can I jump? No crouching, no jumping. We can't bunny hop our way through pools. But yeah, first thing you think is probably, hey, we'll flip the dock. Oh no, that's a inner tube. I'd take that with me. Probably could be a good shield if nothing else against the pool monsters. But yeah, first thing you think, fish, right? Because it's water. But I don't know, like gigantic inflatable sharks? Or is that really inflatable dinosaurs? I think I clipped through the top of that a little bit. Oh. And we're on to the next chapter. I didn't realize that. It was like they didn't give me like an exit sign or anything. Ooh, fancy. Moderately fancy. Not like, whoa, man, there's some real high-class pools going with the black and white tiling. It's like it's not like a difficult thing to do. But I like the look. Complementary colors. It's a very striking look like that. Playing a lot of like Zero Ranger. By the way, this is another one of those stalling games for when I'm still working on Zero Ranger. You might have had a thought that's that's what it's supposed to be, because that's what it is supposed to be. I kind of like it. It's an interesting design. Sort of feels like I was talking about it. You introduce the idea. We're going through the gigantic pool related. Now let's go down the mysterious one first. No, it just stops right there. Okay. Every time I keep thinking it's just like, is going into the one where I can't see anything going to result in something different? And the answer is no. That never. Strange. But yeah. You think about okay. This is another one of those things that I was sort of thinking of. Big fountains, right? because a lot of pool stuff does fountains. You know, we've seen the large monolithic structures of tiles and everything like that. Like seeing it get kind of expanded upon, doing something different. And this is, you know, like more like gigantic aquariums, but still, I was sort of thinking big. Well, I was sort of thinking like that, doing more stuff with the tiling, with the art, stuff like that. But then there's also, you know, gigantic the fountains and stuff like that. But then you see stuff like this, and it's just like, man, it's just a really big tiled wall and ceiling. Like, how filthy do you think that corner gets right there? The answer is not at all. This place doesn't exist and can't exist. I won't let it. And push these things around. Anyway, inflatable monsters. Is that scary at all? Would I be afraid if I was being chased by like an inflatable a pool toy, like a gigantic pool toy snake? You know, it's like one of those pool noodles, except it has sharp fangs. I don't think so. But yeah, I would like to see more pool toys. That's fun. The inner tube and the rubber duck. The only ones that appeared so far. I was gonna make like some sort of. I was thinking at the beginning of this, it's like, oh, we could talk about more about billiards. I could do more of my billiards bit, my bitliards. Yeah, that kind of works. Then I was just saying how much I think that it's lazy to do wordplay. It's not really wordplay. That's just more like a spoonerism. Yeah. Oh, yeah, sauna's nice. Okay, I'm actually really into this. I love a good sauna. Oh, you even got... My eyeballs are sweating so much right now. You see, I leaned directly... You see, as soon as I got into this room, I leaned directly over my camera to make sure that all the sweat was just going right onto the camera lens. It's horrible. But also, I do like that. I am a big fan of the sauna. This one's always one of my favorite parts about, like, you know, going into hotels for the rare times that I ever do. At least anymore. It's just like saunas are something that's just like you don't see a lot. You don't. Not living in a place that's very sauna heavy, right? Well, anyway. Maybe like fog monsters. They're like water monsters if you think about it. You could create like a water elemental. Like I said, a fishman, you know, creature from Black Lagoon type of thing. It's like that's the obvious one. But I don't. Is that really something you would see in a pool? That's something you see in like a lake, marshland. That's just a toilet. That's disgusting. You disgust me. But yeah, I'm not gonna get attacked by a toilet. I can only hope. That's not something that should be in a pool. Look, don't get me wrong. It's like, yeah, you should have a toilet in a place with a pool, and most any places really, if you think about it. I think that's an important part of many a location. But also at the same time, it's like, ugh. Okay. And there's a green one. Well, I like green for go. Oh, this also goes to a completely different place, apparently. That or they got me with the impossible space skin. Oh, pools. Ah, geez, pools. Ah, you got me again. At least that's fun, though. I wonder if this is going to get like real wacky by the end. Because obviously this still has a very There's like a dude sitting up there, and by a dude I mean it's like a statue. Yeah, it's like we've established that this at least mostly exists in a 3D space that, you know, aside from the occasional impossible space type of thing, type of shenanigans that are going on here, that This is a not entirely... Is this a different place? You know, it probably is. Again, talking about the impossible space stuff. It's mostly... Are things, by the end of the game, going to start to break down and it's just going to be all over the place? Yeah, that's also another thing that I was just thinking of we're missing here. Hot tubs. No hot tubs as of just yet? We got saunas. I want to see more saunas, to be honest. Like, where are those? But yeah, big bubble and hot tubs would also be pretty cool. Another iconic part of the pool experience, if you were to ask me. Olympic-style pools would probably be another one, too. You know, the ones that have the different lanes that you are swimming in set up in that exact way. Because obviously this goes for a very clean sort of art style. Interesting. This goes for a very sort of clean art style and how everything is presented, you know, getting everything in a very simple but abstracted manner. Oh, do we have actual toilets here? See, now this is a place where you would expect a toilet to be. Okay, close it. Damn it. Wait, this one doesn't even have anything. Fake toilets. Is that a liminal space thing? I do think a bathroom, pretty liminal space, right? I don't know if that, like, if the door, like, automatically closed on me or if I accidentally closed it. Yeah, bathroom's pretty liminal space. So, I feel like we should be seeing a lot more of that sort of stuff in here, too, at the same time. Those actually just look like windows. And like you'd be able to open them up or something. I mean, obviously you can't. These are the pools, baby. We're in the pools. This is the place where they keep all of the general concept of pools, I guess. What other type of really wacky pools exist, I suppose? I'm just thinking right now. Maybe like pools shaped like stuff. You know, you see like see like big pools shaped like a dollar sign or some sort of nonsense. You know, fountains, the like official Olympic style pools. What is this? Oh, okay, I see. What other like water slides? Ooh, like wave pool? I'm thinking of like water parks again. There's a number of different things that exist for. Yeah, I'm such a fan. I love this one. I love this bit. I want to go to the sauna rooms. And it's like if you had like the traditional one where I could actually pick up like the ladle of water and put it on the grill. I don't know what it's called. I'm sorry. But you know, it's like those ones are... It also does obstruct your vision without making it just completely and totally impossible to see anything. Yeah, okay, now we're getting into it. This is obviously not really how you'd want to do a sauna, but like, look at this. This is cool. That was a cool... Oh, is it already done? Oh. Well, I had my fun, I suppose. Well. Hey, guys, you see they got saunas here? Like, I kind of want to I want it to be like the sauna room, right? Where it's like there's an entire... Disgusting. Is this where they're taking all the toilets from that previous area? They're putting them all in here? Well, anyway, I want to see the sauna rooms. I want to see, like, rooms based around that particular sort of weird nonsense. No. Nowhere to go but up. Am I right? Yeah, it really is going to do that, right? I'm like going full Mario Galaxy. That's fun. Not like it's a difficult thing to do, especially in first person like this, right? You're going to see sort of... You see sort of how the water goes along the edges there as I'm doing it. That's cool. I was wondering if it was going to get a lot more weird and abstract like that as I was going through. All right, sure. I'm down. Oh, this also makes sense as like a thing. You know, okay, here's the single water slide in the middle of a actually kind of like ominous room, but you know, it's pools, whatever. Let's jump down, baby. Now that's ow, 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 ouchie, ow, ow, ow. What the hell? What? That's not how pools work. But you did a bad job. Ugh. Damn it, pools. Just as I was getting way into it. Send me directly onto the tiled floor. There you go. We got MC Escher's pools here. Actually, is that actually supposed to be? I think that might be a recreation of like one of the paintings or something. That's a good one, though. That's good. I wonder if I'm actually going to be going over into that room, though. I want to say maybe, but also, yo, I got no idea. Not in a game like this. It's really impossible to say. Other than that, we are in the diamond sector now. You know, the place where we have diamonds. There's a guy, I swear to God, if he's sitting on a toilet, I'm going to feel some emotion, but honestly, I don't know how I could describe it. Like, how would you describe that sort of emotion? Imagine that you just see, well, it's not, but, you know. That means that I don't have to feel it. Which is probably for the best. I don't know. Maybe it would be bad to feel that sort of emotion. Whatever it may be. I just want you to imagine, like, if you suddenly saw a statue of a guy on a toilet, how would you feel? You would probably start out with confused, but then what? Right? But then where would you go from there? And I feel like that might be dangerous territory. But, I was thinking we were going to do the Olympic pool. Not quite. But yeah, it's like, how would you feel? I try to imagine it, and I can't. Well, it hasn't happened yet, but, oh. No. No. What about you? Funny third one. Nope. None of these are real. But yeah, we get back to one of my favorite areas with the funny trick lights. I mean, sort of one of my favorite areas. This looks more like some sort of lost woods style maze type of thing than anything else, but still. Still, I appreciate the sort of. Also, it is impossible to see anything now, isn't it? I appreciate the sort of like wood paneling thing that's going on here. I think it's pretty cool. Am I looking for ones with lights in them? I don't know. This, like, as it's go. Whoa, I'm like running much faster. Is there a reason for that? But whatever, it doesn't matter. What was I saying? This is a cool hallway. Evocative of something. Well, that doesn't sound good. Oh. All right, then. Sure, why not? Why not what? I don't know. I don't know. I just kind of walked in here and then nothing happened. I can't believe I keep getting knocked unconscious or whatever in here. Well, I mean, it's not. It's supposed to be a VHS camera, right? And now something's loading. Yeah. Got them ghosts again, I guess. What's in here? Was that like a loading door or something? It actually might have been. That would make an amount of sense, right? Just like to obscure the fact that things are not completely loaded in as of just yet. Still though, check this out. It's cool. Didn't get to go to the MC Escher type of the room that I saw earlier, though. I thought that was a neat one. It was a neat idea, right? Well, anyway. Did get the weird sauna maze, which I am down to that, at least. All right. So what else are we looking at over here in these pools? Obviously, my vision is immediately drawn towards the purple thing. So, here we go. Oh yes, this is This is what I was hoping for. Now that's what I call a pool, volume 86. But still, at the same time, it's not like I can actually use these or have any fun with them or anything like that, right? You know, it's like I can appreciate them from a distance, and that's all. It's sort of a shame in some ways. I could have been carrying around so many pool toys. I don't think I could pick up the rubber duck, especially if it is indeed like a full-size rubber duck type of thing. Yeah? Anything going on out here? No, these aren't real. Neither are these, apparently. Are we now like in the pool apartment rooms? Because I was talking about stairwells earlier, and that appears to be what this is. That would actually be sort of interesting if you think about it. The idea of having and then there's like a alternate version of another stairwell. Strange. One has a pole and one doesn't. Anyway, what was I saying? And I guess that just drops me off down there. But yeah, that would be sort of interesting. Going into, say, like a house, but instead of, you know, things looking like a house, they're all sort of pool. Is it going to happen? Probably not. But that's sort of, you got something of a taste of what that would be like there, right? Nice. It's a pretty shallow one. I guess you can't really see the bottom. If it's very opaque water, which, you know, I don't know if necessary. Especially knowing that they put toilets in the water around here. Yeah. This place disgusts me. And we get this, like, very... It's brightly lit, but it's also still pretty dark. Sort of stuff. I like the look of this, though. There is, you know, this is sort of feeling almost that I want to go, like, as I'm playing this more and more, I just want to go and play, like, some sort of survival RPG or something set in this world, rather than just walking around in it. And where it's like, okay, you know, yes, you're in the under pools right now, going through this area, looking for the king's daughter or something, I don't know. And the king, it's like, you know, as one of those, his scepter, he's got a crown that looks like the rubber flamingo thing that I saw earlier that just fits around his head, and his scepter is one of those pool scooping, you know, the things that you use to like scoop nets that you use to scoop leaves out of pools or something like that. And then, you know, the kid, and then, like, his knights are all, I see. Well, maybe I can actually go up there. His knights are all, decked out with pool noodles as weapons. Anyway. Yeah, I still can't, like, interact with this. I have no hands. I'm a floating camera. As established already. I'm a floating camera that sweats. I don't know if I like that. Anyway, that just... Okay, I was just like, there's nothing in here. And this is actually like a decently deep pool. I'm like swimming proper this time. How about that? Yeah, because one of the things, at least as of so far, is that these pools pretty shallow. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'll tell you what I'm saying. I'm saying that they're not very deep. They're not even like human deep pools. Oh, this is a disgusting area again. But hey, look, you can at least indeed check out. We have toilet paper. If I ever get lost, I can just take that with me and unspool it behind me to be able to leave a trail. No, that probably wouldn't help too much. Impossible space and all that, right? You know, as soon as I turn a corner, it could be a completely different area and all that sort of thing, because that's sort of pools that we are currently existing in. And it loaded. Yeah, I would have fought a pool boss behind there. Would have been a giant inflatable pool toy demon. The pool demon of the endless abyss. And then start up, whee! This seems like it would be a bad idea. Whoop! Oh, yeah, well, it was farther back than I thought it was going to be. All right, well, I guess that killed me. Which, I don't know. Oh, and here's your vantage point to be able to look out over the poolness. The cool poolness. Still have yet to see any sort of pool ghouls, though. I don't know, that sort of thing, like let me into another, I think they're called chapters in this game. Before, when I fell down a big thing like that, right? I thought that would have been the goal again in these here pools that I have found myself inside of. Well, to be honest, I haven't really been in a pool for a little bit now. Maybe like this could be, if it actually leads down into water, that is. So are those windows, or are those just gigantic tiles? They might be. I think they're just gigantic tiles. That's weird. I mean, of course, it's a pretty easy thing to do in a video game, just increasing the scale and size of something and everything like that, but still. It is also very... not quite what I would have expected, right? Well, got to jump down that at least. Got to check out whatever this place is. Back into the underpools. Again. Oh. Back into here. Back into the other side of this, which I'm betting is probably the one that I can actually go on. No, neither of them? That's a fake ladder. Weird. Why would they have a fake ladder? Like, the other ladders that I've seen so far have been the sort that I can't actually, you know, get to in the first place. But that one I could. And it just didn't even allow me to do anything. All right, so the real question then becomes, what is the goal to accomplish in pool this time? Because I don't know. I mean, it's just like, you know, I've just been wandering around, at least up to this point. Really thought I was going to be dive into the big hole, right? Now we're back here. No. Go over there, the pool ghouls. The cool pool ghoul is going to get me. I don't like that. Not yet, at least. There's no ghouls in here. We saw a pair of hands once. Come on now. You know that I'm not going to get killed by a pair of hands now, really. That'd be just silly. I mean, don't get me wrong. I could be killed by a pair of hands. It's like, if you have a pair of hands, you could probably kill me. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to, like, stand up to your incredibly strong hands, I assume. That just feels like, you know, that's just how that's going to go, right? But also at the same time, it's like, those hands were underwater. They only have so much power in this world when outside of the moist environment in which they live. They can grasp, apparently, ladders, but little else, it seems. Or at least they certainly didn't try to grab me. They're just hands, is what I'm saying, you know. If you want to talk about more than hands, yeah, if you want to give me something more than hands, I mean, so far it's just been like dark areas and big pits that are falling down. And the big pit was like a very purposeful thing that was put there to fall down, right? That entire deal. But still. All right, what else are we looking at over here? Because I don't think I really looked around this area too much, right? No, still don't have any ability to do that. And what's up here again? Oh, that was another loading door, I guess, because I saw, like some sort of loading thing going on. I think that's just the place where it goes out. Pools. Where are we at? Hey, here we are. Here's where the real party's going on. Am I right? Am I right, Flamingo? Oh, you goofy looking flamingo thing. I love it. I'm a big fan. Anyway. Door. It would probably be pretty open. It would probably be pretty hard to even open that door. At least with the fact that it does have it's partially underwater, right? Hey, what do we got in here? Wee. Wow, that was almost right into a wall. It wasn't, though. And that makes all the difference. So. Now I'm back in this place again. The Pool Apartments. Which is something. But, it also does mean they're sort of like wandering around this liminal space. Like the pool itself, the pool does have a sort of destination type of quality to it, right? When you think about it, it's like when you go to a pool, you don't just like go to a pool on the way to something. I compared that, of course, to going to a for example a hotel, but it's just like the hotel. Yeah, you only stay there for like a day, and it's just there to be stayed at and everything like that. But if you go to the pool, you're going to the pool. Go and get a wave, they say. Ow. Ouchie. What else? There's that like random hole in the wall there. There's that, which I've been in already. This is. I feel like I have spent longer in here than pretty much anywhere else in the game as of just yet. Pools, man. Maybe I should just cut back when I actually find something of interest or something here. Well, this is a different area, as I found out, because if I do this. Whee! So this is definitely something new. Either that or it's just one that I haven't seen before. I mean, it's from the opposite direction of the little tiny pool place. The little hot tubs that I saw there before. Maybe that means that there's something of interest in here. Or maybe there's nothing of interest in here, and that's just kind of how it goes. I feel like that is also a real possibility in terms of how this has sort of been going as of right now. So I haven't really been finding any specific new areas. Also does confirm that despite the fact that I'm in pools, that I don't actually seem to be able to swim. This seems like a bad idea for the main character to just be here, but who I guess is apparently me, as stated before. But still, it's like, why would you do it like that, right? Hey, what's going on over here? Uh-huh. That's like super normal. I love my favorite part is how normal this is. Okay, well, time for on-screen 4. Oh, no, you just see this yourself. Never mind, that's not despite the fact that does seem to be, a slide. That would be a perfect place for a slide, is what I'm trying to say. That there is not. Not at all, in fact. Actually, let's go over here first. This one speaks more to me as far as an area to go check out. Which is, I mean, it's as good as any, right? That's the way I look at it, right? Okay. In the meantime, though, now I'll just kind of go over here again. So, I found some new area, but it looks like, new area. But it looks like I'm still not really fine. I feel like I've actually unlike some of the previous chapters, I feel like I have pretty fully looked through this one at this point. Well, I mean, I guess we can go down this hall, but otherwise it looks like I might be cutting again at this rate. There might be something, though. This certainly looks like something. Did I go everywhere except for the actual exit? Well, you know, it's a game about exploring around and everything, right? I feel like that's only to be expected in some ways. Anywhere else to go here? Nope. And they're going into with the fake trick lighting. This area, I suppose. I'm either going to die or something. Okay, we're gonna do the old back up thing that I was doing before, right? Because like I can't see anything else. Oh, there's nothing in here. Stupid trick lights. Ah. Well, then, was there a place to go over here, though? Doesn't seem like it. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to look around more then. Oh, wait a second. Directly across from Big Spooky Face, there is this. Bye, I guess. This doesn't seem like a good idea, given how it's kind of gone before, but you know. Okay, I thought so. But still, it was worth a try. I'm all the way back up at the top, the very top of the area here, where I can go and jump into the giant pit. But then there was like a loading boss gate here, which makes me think that there is something. I restarted the level to see where like the loading gates were and everything, just because I was getting so lost. This might be the place that I want to go to. That I just sort of missed earlier, right? Oh yeah, it's definitely different. Yeah, getting lost in the pools, right? But, you know, it is a pretty big area to explore around. And, you know, I did obviously go all the way back to the start of the previous area, the little sauna place, thinking that that was a completely new place there. Neat. I like the big statues that they got going on here. Well, I mean, aside from that, though, I think I can be relatively certain that I'm definitely making progress now. Even though really did seem like jumping into the gigantic hole in the middle there was the place that I wanted to go to start with. Oh, well, let's just keep going here, though. Get out of the giant statue room and just continue on with our pool-based adventure. Where things get even... It's so huge for everything being... I feel like I'm going to get outside of this place and it's just going to be like a... Of course, I want to see what's ahead of me here, but also... Well, let's... Let's see what that is. Let's see what this is first. And then I can go and jump down the endless hole that is apparently at the end of that staircase. But yeah, I'm just going to get outside here, and I'm going to see the entire world is just covered in tiles. All right, I want to say that, yeah, this is probably the place that I want to go to continue on to the next place. It's got a lot of style to it, I suppose. But first off, what about the staircase, right? Don't you want to know about the random staircase in the middle of the gigantic hall leading to the statue of people surrounding... it's just a blue plastic tube, but still. What's the deal here? No, I kind of thought so. It feels like the pretty obvious conclusion to that whole thing. Those seem to just kind of exist around here, right? In that way. Whee! Say that every time I fall down anywhere. All right, then. The lengthiest chapter yet. Mostly because I kept getting lost, but, you know. Yeah, it was obvious. It's like, you know, you just... What is this now? Are these just bricks? These are just like bricks. They don't look... They look like they've been stacked up in a very particular way. It doesn't look like they... You know... It doesn't... It's not like a natural way for bricks to fall, is what I'm trying to say. Well, anyway. Yeah, it's like go up to the top of the entire area. That's how it should be, right? I know enough about... Look, even though this is clearly supposed to be something very different than your usual video game type of thing, it's still obvious that they're going to be using the same sort of progression and everything like that. This is, of course, something that I said all the way back in The Witness as well. Old brick pools, of course. I mean, I guess that makes sense given the existence of the... No, that is just actually a manhole now. The existence of the big pile of bricks over there. Yeah, I said this back in The Witness, where as much as you want to make something that's not like your usual video game, something that's a little bit different, it's still... He's going to end up following the same sort of video game design patterns that you see everywhere else, right? Because they work for good reason. And you can try and go against that as much as you want, but you're ultimately going to find that the things that work, well, they work, right? and a game like this is no exception. So things like realizing that you are... That seems like a bad idea. But it was totally fine. So things like realizing that you want to go up, that you are ascending in this area, in the previous area, is just that's where it's not going to be tucked away near the entrance or something like that, the exit to the next place. It's going to be a good distance away from where you start. You know, stuff like that. And we continue through the wacky pool place. Good old wacky pool place. It doesn't, honestly, it doesn't, you know, if I am being perfectly honest here, I don't know if I would come here to be like swimming. And I mean, that's not just because of the toilets, of course. It certainly does contribute a lot to it. I want to say, that having a huge amount of places just having toilets clipping through the wall. Anyway, it's not really making this too appealing, but it's like I can't even go underwater. Like I would need to lie down to be completely submerged in this place. And you know, this is more like a place to cool off your legs or something as you're doing this. This is also starting to seem very unpool-like. I feel like you wouldn't want to have a whole lot of wood around a largely water-focused area. The sauna thing, of course, is an exception, because that's more of an aesthetic, really, than anything else. Oh, that's... The dripping looks really weird on this floor. But still, it is going from brick to wood. We're gonna hit straw as the third one. Well, I suppose I'll see. But yeah. I mean, that's because, you know, saunas have existed long before tiling for pools was a thing. More than anything else, right? They are an area usually made out of wood and all that. This one, it's like this one actually just has this is just submerged in water. And also, you know, yeah, saunas are not like literally submerged in water. They're pool adjacent in the sense that they are usually adjacent to pools. But also, you know, in a metaphorical way as well. It's not really the same thing, right? But not that gonna be staying in that area for too long. That is one real big fluorescent light. Extremely large. I'm going to guess that if I fall off there that we're just going to go... We're going to do the old space-time rewind. Am I right? Am I right? I don't know what that meant. Anyway. Continuing on here. Also, look at... now. Oh, hey! We actually did make it in here. I'm genuinely glad to see that. But are they going to do the wacky stuff, or, you know, can I even walk over this? No. I can only lift my feet so far. And I am currently at my limit. Okay, so you can't like walk around on the ceiling then. Which is a shame. A real shame. But also at the same time, it's like I am glad that I was able to at least come over to this area then. That's fun just by itself. And getting returns to previous chapters and stuff like that. Whee! Oh, but this one works just fine. Now you gotta have the rounded corners. It is exactly like Mario Galaxy as it turns out. And then does it actually... Oh, yeah, it does. Okay, well... I suppose that works in that way now, doesn't it? You just gotta make sure that you can't do it on the fly, I suppose. Huh. Wait, is that the... No, that's an area that I saw before, isn't it? With the guy looking up into the light, and this is the light. All right, I can also do this, too. Which, you know, sure. Why not? This is fun. I'm enjoying myself. All right, and whoop. And that is pretty much everything I'm doing here, I suppose. Oh, neat area. Neat little area. I mean, it makes sense because, you know, there hasn't been as much of the impossible space stuff that we saw earlier kind of going on in the game, where you walk down one hallway and then you walk back the same direction. It's completely different. But, you know, I've seen that in plenty of games. Hey, it's this place again. Except this time it didn't die. I've seen that in games. You know, of course, the class comparison is the PT, which shouldn't really surprise you at all, given... Look, the Poppy's playtime thing was very explicit. Well, speaking of explicit stuff, hey, with the fleur-de-lis and everything. Speaking of very explicit references. How appropriate that we just run right in here. The back pool rooms. Doesn't seem like that'd be a very useful place for an access to a sewer. Also, it's like, you know, as if it's not enough that we have the... as if it's not enough that we have, of course, the toilets that are already in the water. It's like we also have just access to the sewer right there. Great. Even more instant toilet access for you. Which, because we know you needed that, right? But, you know. Anyway. Okay, now this has very little to do with pools, I gotta say. I do not associate telephone booths with much of anything. They kind of have stopped largely existing at this point in time. Sounded like Doctor Who or something. But, well, here we are. At least we're slightly back into it now. Those aren't blue ones, you know? It's not the same thing. Similar, but not the same. All right. Okay, no actual other exits around here. We do get a choice of 4. And like a bunch of copper tubing. It's like my satisfactory base around here. By the way, when's the 1.0 coming out for that game? Give me the third one. Going from the left. No, they're all the same. Whee! And then right into the stairs. Right into the stairs, I immediately die. It's you need 1, a much larger pool, and 2, a much larger area to go out of as well. Am I even going to go over any of those staircases? I don't know. We do have a nice vantage point here, though. I'm going to go sit down. Can't sit down in the sauna, though. What's up with that? Yep, just look at what looks sort of like it could be a stage almost. Yeah, but at the same time, I know it's definitely not. Just get over there. See if it does anything. I can't actually walk up it, so that at least says something. Man, speaking of, you know, hazardous sort of slides. Yeesh. Like that one is... Actually, it does look like it maybe goes up to the second floor, but there's definitely not a pool there. Or at least there's not a pool in the way that, you know, you could even remotely be safe. What is this now? All right. So I guess remember 7 goes to exit. It's surrounded by a green border. Does that... What does that mean? Or like maybe it's a grating or something like that that I'm looking for. Maybe I'm just about to see exactly what it is right over here. I didn't really think that there was going to be, you know... All right. Didn't really think that there was going to be any sort of a puzzle or anything remotely close to a puzzle in this game. At least for the normal content. Maybe for like achievements or something. There's a few. There's a couple achievements. I'm not entirely sure exactly what you do to get them, but you know, aside from just like complete the chapter ones. Now it's an interesting look, but also not very pool-like, I gotta say. You know, of the things that are like pools around here. Yeah. I guess the previous one was supposed to be... Or maybe the exit was supposed to just show that, yeah, you know, the old zebra space around here is... this one leads to the exit. Because that does look sort of vaguely like that, what that is, right? Or what that was. I guess that was just your warning. It's just like, hey, you're coming up on the exit. If you don't want to finish this, or you don't want to finish this section, turn back now. You know, just use this as extra fast stairs, really. Although I'll take a look around now. Like I said, the thing I like about this is just how extremely normal it is. Anything going on over here? Nope. There's a bunch of those pool chairs. Not even the sort of pool chairs like you would expect. Oh, or, you know, zip lines. Zip lines are another thing they haven't really seen as of just yet for pool-related shenanigans. Because those are definitely something I think of with pools, at least, you know, maybe not the safest things, but I've been to pools with them at before. Is that a car? No, I think it's a manhole. An extra big manhole, though, which, yeah, that makes sense. That checks out, right? Neat. Okay, yeah, so it is not, in fact, a puzzle. That was just warning me that that is indeed the exit. Which is weird. I sort of thought that that's kind of how it would go for most of the areas in this game. That, you know, you would start out with that any sort of exit that leads into the next chapter, as it were, would have had an exit sign near it. You know, something similar to that. Just to give you the clear warning. Anything else going on? Can't really tell what that is. And they got the trick lights around here, right? What? Like a house? I mean, it sounds like a detuned radio is kind of the thing. Whatever, let's get on with it already. And what is this place now? We're back in well, let's just call them the bathrooms. Wait, no, that actually means something. Like, you know, the pools and back rooms, right? No, that is not really how that works. Now, it's loud. That's not really how that works, is it? It's not how language works. All right, anyway. Good stuff. Good stuff. Go find myself some almond water. Ah, wee. But also like wee, sort of. Again. Really? It looked very natural when I did. Oh, that was kind of. Oh, we get to explore this area. I'm down. I thought that was just going to be like a 1 second sort of thing where I saw this and then it's just like, we're gone. Yep, this is neat. This is a neat one, and it makes sense. Or it's just like, yeah. And there is a da-da! Ah, they must have paid a lot for this pool. Ah, come on, really? Kind of neat little thing. I'm going to take a look around here first, just because this is such a strange area that I feel like... No, it's not a real house, though. But I do enjoy the idea of just like a small outdoor pool being represented in pools here. In a very weird way, right? And we got a few more even down here. And of course, everybody with their own speakers and stuff like that, blasting out the sick tunes at all hours of the day. Which, you know, I'm okay with. Still can't believe that, you know, I'm not even going to let me in one of them, though. Ah, hey, I was enjoying that. Eh? Oh. I was having a good time there. And then I got isekai'd by a truck, of course. As you do. Oh, what? Once again, not particularly pool-like, to be honest. No, and of course it just stops right there. Nothing here either. Now, like radiators, window radiators. This one doesn't even give me finished text. That's a specific reference. Oh, okay. Thanks. Well, at least it is turning back into pools. The pools, they're invading the real world. Oh, no. We've been doing so good up until this point, but now the pools, they have come. We installed the it's through the radiators. Oh no. It's of course something that would use water like that, I guess. Sort of. You'd think like the sinks or, you know, bathrooms or something like that. Yo, what do we got? No, not like a playable. Not like a playable chess game, unfortunately. I want to go and fight the pool ghouls. They're not gonna let me do that, though. It's nothing. We're just back in the bathrooms again. Oh, well. Oh, wait. Yeah, there you go. Look, the hard plastic pool chairs, well, they might be appropriate. The hard plastic pool chairs, well, they might be appropriate for the actual theme of the game and everything like that. They're not really the most comfortable now, are they? Very interesting. Or at the very least, moderately interesting. I'm betting that given the rest of the game, that up until this point, I could probably actually fall off there. But don't worry, we're back in the pools again, everybody. You were worried that we were going to be like, you know, sans pools here for the rest of the game, which is kind of like what I was wondering, given that sort of that's also definitely a place where I can fall off of and probably, well, you know, not die, but I'll have to go get the rewind time. You know what I'm saying. This is just reminding me of the bit at the start of Bloodborne where you had to go down to the sewers very briefly and then go up through like a big ladder in that sort of way. I assume probably not the reference they were going for. Got this, though. Yeah, they move around a lot more easily than the ducks. See, this is also very safe sort of journey going through here. But it worked. Not that I really had any expectation that it wouldn't. It's not really that sort of game, right? Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Are we in the super sauna? See, now this is once again what I wanted to see. Like, look at it. Listen to that sizzling. See, I'm a big fan of the sauna rooms. I want the sauna. It's not called the pool room. It's just called pools. Actually, sort of reminds me of that one bit in that one game that I can't remember the name of. Now, am I just like going through a best of the rest of the chapters? Hey, that's not a pool slide. That's just a slide. I don't know about that one. But at the same time, what am I going to do about it, really? Go complain to the pool chief? There's no pool chief. It's that, once again, it's like outside of the pool environment. It's just, you know, less comfortable chairs. Really? What do we got over here? I don't know. It's like I probably want to go down the other area, but let's check out the... Oh, yeah, back in the bathrooms. Or maybe this was the place to go. Uh-huh. That's just silly. That's a silly thing. Pools, that is a silly thing, and you should know that. Well, I mean, you know, if they're giving me the opportunity, right? I was really wondering if it's like, would that literally slice me in half or something? Because that would be pretty funny. But also, again, kind of out of character for the game, right? It's not quite what you would expect out of this sort of experience that has been offered so far. Oh, neat. Not hearing music, though, this time. The pools, they've taken over. Become so much larger. You have a pool at your house. It's like you gotta watch out. That's what it's eventually gonna turn into. Pools are just waiting for their chance. And then bam! Big tiled pillar right through the middle of your house. I don't know, this is the gigantic the stadium speakers. It's like seeing those, like the houses, you know, that's like something reasonably common. The stadium speakers outside of a stadium, not so much. Having those repeated, it's like, I don't know. Doesn't really do as much for me. Unless you're at a place where, you know, there's a lot of stadium speakers about. Nah, whatever. I don't need that. Just need to go follow my copper piping. I need an awful lot of that. It's only the regular copper piping, too. It's not even the Mark II. Somebody sleeping here? Oh, no, it's the tomb pools. The jewels. Nope. The tombs. Nope. I tried. Oh, these things are just getting ruined. And yep, I guess this is the sleeping quarters for the people that work here. The ghouls, the pair of hands that I saw earlier, I suppose. It's probably... That's really the only person that I've seen, right? It's not like anything else has been appearing so far. Unless... I don't know. But yeah, you gotta get the Mark II. Mark II has 600 cubic meters of fluid through per second, per minute, per minute. Well, you know, it's important, right? I mean, I know it's like, yeah, you gotta make it out of copper and everything because it's not corrosive. Is it? Or at least it's less corrosive. I don't know. What does matter? Well, let's go check out one of the other areas first, I suppose. More interested in that, really. Yeah, see, now this is almost just like a classic pool, although it's still very shallow. Well, yeah, I mean, I suppose you would expect at least one of them in here, right? Right? You know. Well, anyway, what about down here or down here? Oh, there's so many choices. Oh, wait, no, this just leads back to the house area. To the pool suburbia. A grim vision of the future where all is pools and pools are all. But it is the future that we have chosen for ourselves by merging the prime material plane with the pool dimension. See, it's not like, you know, sewers, but it's also like very nice too. See, and this is a much better place. Like, well, okay, it's obviously still largely. No, still no. Still no. It's still largely, you know, going to be soaking wet in here and also some pretty low ceilings and all that sort of stuff. But at least it's largely dry. Oh, this entire place is just so incredibly humid. You know that. I don't know if it's, like, warm. I want to say probably. I don't know. I like the general temperature. Like, it smells, it constantly smells like chlorine, obviously. And it's super humid. Is it warm, though? Yeah, probably. I just feel like that would be a likely scenario to happen. All right, well, that was fun. Anyway, continuing on. Oh, these jeans are just going to be dissolved by the end of this, right? I didn't come in here with jeans. I came in here with the swimming trunks and the sunscreen on the nose, right? I already, as stated previously. But still. But then again, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how exactly I ran into the pools. Apparently fell down like a sewers with the very short, you know, ladder there. If only that ladder was merely a few more rungs big. But of course, that was also got to get the sit in every chair variety achievement, right? Anyway, what do we got here? Hey, what time is it? Oh, it's noon. Oh boy, you don't want to be here midnight in the pools. It's when the Anyway, it's when the something happens. I don't know. I got distracted there. So back to it. Back to whatever's happening here. Which I guess is well, this just looks like a very normal place. Oh? This is not really pool adjacent now, is it? This is just a factory now at this point in time. You're making mannequins. The scariest factory type around. For use in pools? How often do you use mannequins in pools? Whee! Oh, my legs again. Well, anyway, yeah, it's a great leading into the sewer yet again. Fantastic. And it's exactly what we need to contaminate our pool. What the hell is even going on here? What are you doing? What is this place? This is, you know, I feel like you're starting to fall from the pool section when you're doing human-sized chessboards and everything like that. Or maybe this was what the pools wanted the entire time. Merely just a game that they're playing with you, the player. The player has become the playee. You expected pools, but instead we get factories and other nonsense. This is more like a bath, but, you know. I already started calling some places the bathrooms, so, you know. Is it really that out of line? Again, this is like a very normal looking pool. It's interesting how they sort of mix the two like that. Also, I don't know what I'm doing there. Oh. Ah, yes, turn left. That's what. It's okay. These things. Why would you put art in here? It's going to be ruined. Like, it's already ruined. It is merely seconds away from just being utterly obliterated. Why not, I suppose. Can't even really tell what that's supposed to be. It's like a cat lying down or something. All right, wait a second. Well, at least they're having a good time. That looks like Garfield and normal. What? Okay, little tiny pools. No, I was sort of wondering if I would be. I did not really see a Garfield painting coming. Just nothing. Anyway. Okay. Whatever. This is, again, not a very pools type of... Okay, well, here we go. Still not a very pools type of thing to do, right? What a very strange little section that was. Anyway, back to pools. Chapter 6 is going all over the place, ain't it? So I'm like hearing something. Sounds like wind howling or something. Hey, hey! Okay, it's a. We're in the pool. Oh, it's a bed. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, we're in the bed section of the train station now. I don't even know. Wait a second. What is that? Is that guy like? Oh yeah, no, that guy's not like on all fours. He's like bent over backwards. Got one of them spooky extendo mouth. Is that the pool ghoul? Like maybe I don't know. I didn't see him. I didn't see that guy anywhere around here. What's up with that? Do you know? Anyway, continuing on. Finally, we can go and defeat the giant flash pillar and kill the pools once and for all. Or maybe I can at least ask some questions, like, why the factory and the museum? What's up with that stuff? That doesn't seem very pools adjacent. This is nice. Very pleasant little area here. After things got actually kind of weird for a minute there. Whatever. Look, got some eclectic taste in art. I can appreciate that. It's like it doesn't only have to be like the, most professional, well-known pictures and stuff like that. Sometimes it can just be some weird Sometimes it can just be some weird spooky pictures. And like 10 of them at once. I'm not going to say you can't do that, right? Better not fall off of this, I suppose. But also at the same time, maybe I want to stay in the pools. It was a pretty nice place, to be fair. Oh, some parts were. Hey, and here we go. Finally, we're at the showers. Once again, the sit in every chair achievement will be accomplished in this one. I'm fairly certain that's not an achievement. Honestly, it could be, but that's a fancy one. So, you know, it's extra reason to go sit in it, right? Uh-huh. Hey. Don't do that. That's just weird. Yeah, I even had a feeling walking into that room. It's like that one was too unusual to not be nothing. To not be... I guess that kind of works as a sentence. It's close enough, right? What's that? I don't know, just suppose I can see. It is... I just blocked it off of the sides. Well, to be fair, there is definite reason why you would have all of that stuff there, to be honest. I have fallen into several infinite dropping pools. That happens here. I can't swim. I don't know why I came to the pools if I wanted to do that, but I mean, you know. Sometimes I just want to go spend a day at the pools, right? It's like sometimes you just feeling like the experience of the pools are just what you need. Just what your tired, sore bones need or something. I don't know. Man, this is really one real tiny area, isn't it? Again, not very much like pools. I think that they could still had a lot more pool-related content in here. Ow. Oh no, a literal maze. No, that's fine. I think. No. I don't know. Here we go. And some cupboards? What do you guys think? I never get anything from them. I keep asking every single time. It's just like, hey, what do you guys want? What do you guys want to order on the pizza? And they don't say anything. They just say, that's fine. I'm like, are you sure? Because I'm just going to get a pepperoni pizza then, all right? And they're like, nah, it's fine. It's okay. It's cool. And then they block all the hallways, and I'm just like, come on, cut that out. I'm trying to do something in the pools. I actually don't really know what I'm here to do. If anything at all, really. Could just be, you know, saying hi. Like I said, spend the day. Is there really no way to get out of here? This feels like the place that I should have been going. No? They blocked it all. These stupid nerds. The factory keeps making these guys. I hate it. No. Well, okay. I guess I'm going to go over here then, if you don't mind. Harumph, I say. Those are the very tiny, very narrow pool sections here. You better not close that door. I swear to God. He's going to close that door. He's closing that door right now, I'm telling you. Oh, I'm being chased by mannequins, too. Well, they're statues, you know. Don't you do it. He's going to do it. What did that mean? I got no idea, to be honest. But I mean, what did you expect, like a game like this to end here, I suppose.